But that's it for all of our news for the week.
Yes, sir.
So moving into our thoughts there, big dogs. Did you want to take us off, or may I?
Go for it there, BD. I'd love your thoughts on Mike. Michael, thank you.
Michael? Iron Michael Tyson? Oh, fuck. So, we got our final two episodes of Mike, right? So, fucking episode 7 circulates around the bite heard around the world,
Mhm.
which was fucking unreal. I never knew that there were two Holyfield fights.
Yeah.
Same.
And fucking forgive my lack of fucking information on the thought. I didn't know Holyfield was headbutting him like that either.
Yeah.
I knew that, and the
I knew
chin
that.
rub,
Yeah.
rubbing
He
his
was
chin
rubbing.
into his eye.
Yeah. That's why Mike's eyes all fucked up there. The
Jesus.
headbutt shit and the chin rub.
Yeah,
He's a dirty fucking fighter.
that's
Yeah.
that's how he cut him, was the headbutt, and then rubbed his chin into that shit. It's just wild.
Yeah. But this showed like fucking Mike coming out of prison, fucking hungry for that title again, but then also still fighting all of his fucking demons in the background as well, trying to fucking get away from all that shit, but then falling into the same holes every single time.
Mm.
Fucking, we saw him getting married to what's the fucking name? But having his daughters,
Yeah,
which was unreal as well. Fucking seeing a different side of Mike there too.
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, these two episodes came full circle with the losing the thing that brought you the most love,
Mm.
and then what do you do after that's no longer an option, or you no longer want to fuck with that anymore?
Yeah.
And that's a scary place for any person because the landscape completely changes, right? And for Mike, he believed that a lot of that, what he did in the ring, was the thing that like blanketed him with love, and that was the only time that he felt his worth. And that shit was scary to watch, and I'm glad that they showed it. Like, yes, it kind of it, it it went by way too quick. Like, I probably needed 2 episodes on just what he did outside of boxing.
Yeah.
Um, but it was such a good character study in what they did, because from that he finds true happiness.
Mm.
Which, like, if you had told Mike when he was like 15 that that's what it would be,
Mm.
like
He would
like
have robbed you.
the perspective on it with him, like in Bakersfield and robbing people and seeing his friends getting killed, to make all that money, like 30 million for a fight. Yeah, cool, I'll take it. You know what I mean? To now, you're not going to get 30 million. You're not going to fight anymore. But that's what I was trained to do.
That's all I know how to do.
Yeah.
Mm.
But what was also extremely interesting, and the thing that was kind of reverential just in how they executed it, was the father figures that you chose and you kind of got influenced by were also like using you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were creating you into their image, which has a lot
Yeah.
of religious connotations as well.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't in your best interests. Mike himself is an extremely sensitive, soft guy. However, you turn that fucking dial on him and you make him a monster.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was, it
Yeah.
was,
The
I,
um the therapist, when she says that, yeah, Cuss taught you how to be, like, an animal basically in the ring. He didn't teach you how to be a man outside of that ring. And
yeah.
he didn't teach you how to sort of turn it off. He talks about the fact that in the very first Rogan interview, or conversation, I should say, the very first Rogan conversation, he talks about the fact that they used to hypnotize him before a fight,
Mm.
and he'd go out there, he'd literally not know what's going on. He'd,
Yeah.
he'd, he'd, he'd just focus on, my left hand is strong.
Yep.
basically, and he'd knock fuckers out. They didn't unhypnotize him. They didn't take him out of that trance when he was done.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But you like he never had a father around, which is the
Hmm.
whole thing about him searching for these father figures.
Hmm.
But those father figures told him how to fight and make money.
Yep.
But the most important thing that they should have really been like grooming him for was what his life is like outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Because left to his own devices, Mike was like, "Well, I've never had money before. I'm gonna go fucking wild."
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed this show, man.
You cannot give a 17-year-old kid $100 million off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like by the time that he won the title, he had close to $100 million.
Mm.
He was a fucking like he was the best in the world.
yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah. It's like a fucking blank check in real life.
Yeah.
You just go crazy.
um, I I really loved that by the end of the show, it was almost like Life of Pi in a way, right? You see the good, you see the bad, you kind of see that journey. Now, how do you feel about Mike? Is he
Yeah.
just the rapist? Is he just this? And then the show kind of shows you that you're not just one thing.
Yeah. You
So,
can
like,
do multiple things.
that's right.
Yeah.
You're not just a boxer, and that's not just how you get love.
Hmm.
Shit, it was actually really deep.
Yeah. Like this, like just watching this makes me excited to see what his version is going to be like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he doesn't shy away from the emotional side of things
No.
at
Not at
all.
all.
And like having Fox in there,
Hmm.
who can really portray that.
Yeah. There there is a there's a story that they didn't tell in here about Mike being in Harlem and being at Dapper Dan's. Like when Dapper Dan was still, so I think Dapper Dan is still in Harlem. I'm going to Harlem, but yeah. And he one of the champs comes in, man. I think he holds one of the belts or something. This guy's fucked up on dust, and that they have this fight all the way through the fucking streets. Mike hits this guy with a car. Like it's that bad. This dude just keeps getting up. Like Mike said, he damn near broke his hand on this guy's head, and he just kept coming back. He said after that was I think just after the car crash. So he crashes his car, jumps out. Um, Cops come over, and he's just like, I need to go train or something, and throws the cop the keys, and then just bounces out of there. Like yeah. There's a whole lot of yeah. There's a whole lot of stories that Mike sort of told now that have just sort of come out because of hotboxing
Yep.
that we didn't get to see.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I almost think that in the authorized film, we'll get to see even less or a condensed version of events.
Mm.
Whereas I would love
It's
to
gonna
get the
be
authorized show,
it's gonna be a series
the Fox
as well.
one.
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie.
No. It's gonna be a series. It's Jamie Foxx's first series since his show. It's not a
Yeah.
movie.
It's a biopic series.
Biopic
One with
series.
Fuqua. Yeah.
Oh shit! Where's that dropping? Is that a Netflix?
No,
Uh, I'll let you guys know if you want
it might be
to. Just
HBO
looking for.
Max
Fuck.
because what's his face was involved. What's his name? Scorsese.